Hello everybody, it is PearlyBoy99 and today I'm going to talk about a topic that has come up in the comment section of my recent videos, and I kind of want to address it in this video. I know that the thumbnail and the title of this video suggest a more aggressive tone, but it's not going to be like that for this video. I kind of want to just address some things and basically talk about what this channel is about and what I'm trying to do. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. So lately, I've been getting a lot of comments saying that I complain too much about Hot Wheels, that I complain about scalpers, that I complain about the price hikes, the price increases, and even the services that Hot Wheels is providing to the consumers. And something about me that I don't really tell a lot of people, or I don't know if it's something that you guys know, but I am the type of person that has very strong values. Consumers are extremely important because they buy product, and when they buy product, it supplies the producers with money to hire people to make products and to pretty much advertise them to consumers to purchase and consume. And lately, with Mattel and Hot Wheels, they haven't been treating their consumers right. And what I mean by this is that with Hot Wheels RLC, they charge their consumers or their customers with $10 to get a membership to be able to purchase RLC. Okay, fine, I'll purchase that. But there was a problem in 2022 to 2023 when people were not able to get the RLC that they want. For example, the pink Skyline, people were not able to get that. They missed out on it, or they were in queue waiting to be able to purchase it, and it sold out before they can even get to the checkout. So people were upset about that, and they made their voices heard on the Facebook account of Mattel Creations or the Instagram account of Mattel's Creations. I made a couple of videos about it back in the day, and what eventually happened was Hot Wheels said, okay, we're going to make a solution for this. We are going to make it so that people are charged before the sale drops, and that way they don't have to really stress about missing the purchases or missing out on RLC that they want. But the catch was that they had to purchase another subscription or a subscription upgrade called Overdrive. It's $100 for the whole year, and basically what it did, it pre-purchased RLC for you, guaranteeing you an RLC. So this was for every single RLC that was going to be released on the Mattel's Creations website. Basically, it told you a couple days beforehand what RLC was going to come out, and then it gave you the option to purchase it or to skip it. If you didn't skip the purchase, or if you didn't skip the RLC, it would automatically purchase for you, and basically you had to do nothing, absolutely nothing. And a lot of comments that I've received in the past about Overdrive is that this is a problem that Mattel had, and instead of fixing it, they decided to charge the consumer to fix it. And that has been a constant comment that I've seen whenever I talk about Overdrive. And it got to the point where eventually I kind of got sick of Overdrive, and I made a video complaining about Overdrive, how basically it didn't really benefit the consumer other than giving you the opportunity to purchase RLC, which the base membership should already do. So I complained about that. Although 2024 had a lot of great castings, there was a lot of QC issues with some RLC. For example, the RLC Supra that people were very excited about came in an unglued blister. There was also QC issues with I'm trying to think off the top of my head because there were some QC issues. I had QC issues with the truck, the RLC Chevy C10 truck. I had QC issues with the McLaren F1. That was one of the biggest ones. People purchased that for $30, and then there was issues with the paint, the door. That was like one of the most notorious RLCs of 2024, and based off of my ranking list, it was the worst RLC of 2024. So I'm making content trying to inform the consumer about RLC, whether or not it's worth buying or whether it's worth holding off on. That has been a goal of mine since the very beginning, since I started making diecast videos, is to inform the consumer whether or not RLC is worth buying. There's not a lot of content creators that will tell you straight up if something is worth buying. Of course, this is a very opinionated channel. And people, a lot of people, or some of the comments that I get, forget that it's opinionated. And they like to attack me on my opinions and say that I complain a lot, that I whine a lot. And if I'm being completely honest with you, I am trying to help you. I am trying to help the consumers, because I would rather tell somebody my honest opinions on something to help them get an idea of what something is like, rather than them just purchasing it and finding out the hard way. I have heard a lot of horror stories about people opening their RLCs to have really bad QC issues, or that the quality was not to their standard, or that the car was not as good as they thought it was. RLC has gotten more and more expensive, especially 2025. The Lamborghini Miura was $37, and the RLC, the Audi Quattro, was also $2 higher than the base price. And I have been making content pointing that out. I've been making observations that, hey, the prices on these have increased. And of course, people are going to take it as me just complaining about everything, when honestly, I'm making an observation. For those of you who have a problem with what I have to say or my opinions, you guys can just click off the video. It's very simple to just click off and watch some other content creator. Watch Lamley, watch Peak Time Racing, watch anybody else. Don't watch me, because I have my opinions. I'm very true to my opinions. I am not going to lie about something when I genuinely think it's not good. I'm very critical because I want Hot Wheels to be the best. I love Hot Wheels. I love Hot Wheels so much. I spend more money on Hot Wheels than I do on any of my hobbies. And for those of you who actually have watched videos on my channel, you know that I don't just crap on Hot Wheels RLC. I actually praise a lot of the Hot Wheels castings that have come out. Again, just watch my 2024 ranking. I praise a lot of Hot Wheels RLC. I don't complain all the time. So it's very frustrating when people who have not watched my channel just make an assumption based off one video that I make and assume that I'm just some whiny crybaby that complains all the time about RLC, when honestly, I'm trying to help you out in making a good decision. I'm trying to inform you on what is a good decision. I am trying to help the consumer, because I am a consumer myself, and I like to know whether or not a product is worth investing on. Voting with your wallet is a very, very powerful practice that I support. Not a lot of people realize this, but consumers have a lot of power, especially in die-cast toys, collectibles, movies. They have a lot of power, and not a lot of people realize that. So they just continue to blindly support something, and yet they complain when quality is not where it should be. I'm going to give an example of consumers having power and Mattel responding. For example, the Chevy Gasser, the Candy Striper Gasser 1/18 scale fund, or I should say the Kickstarter. And a lot of people were upset that the starting price was at $500 and you don't get the Candy Striper RLC. They thought it was a very steep price, especially since getting a Candy Striper Gasser 1/64 scale was a stretch goal. And a lot of people complained about that. So what Mattel did, I believe this was like at the last day of the campaign, was they decided to include the 1/64 scale Candy Striper Gasser to the base edition of the Candy Striper Gasser, the 1/18 scale, meaning that whoever backed it would also get a replica of, well, it's not really a replica, but they would get the 1/18 scale Candy Striper Gasser and the Hot Wheels 1/64 RLC. Unfortunately, the fund did not reach its goal of 10,000 backers, so the product really didn't go anywhere. But this was a sign where Mattel or Hot Wheels RLC listen to the consumers and they try to do right by them. This is what I'm talking about. This is why I really believe that we need to vote with our wallet if we want things to change. There are content creators that don't have your best interest at heart. I'm not going to name them in this video, but I feel like you guys should know who I'm talking about here. There are content creators that that point out and make criticisms on RLC, and the very next video they have a showcase about new RLC that's going to come out in the next year, completely backtracking their initial criticisms and not putting their foot down and having any dignity in their content. Like I said, they don't have your best interest at heart. And that is the problem with this industry, with content creation, is that it seems like everyone is for themselves and they don't want to help the people that help them get to this point in their YouTube career. Me, I want to help the consumer. This is just a hobby of mine. I like making videos. I don't really see myself doing this as a career. It would be cool if this would turn into a career. Although, again, I'm still trying to work on handling hateful comments. But there are also other content creators that I respect that I am going to name in this video. Model Cars Houston. He basically said that he wasn't going to buy any more RLC, that he stopped buying the membership, and he walked away from it, and he's doing third-party diecast and other diecast models, and he's doing great. I think he is a very good content creator. From the videos that I've seen, that is someone that I aspire to be with the level of content creation that they're doing. I actually look up to this person. And he actually responded to, he actually gave me pointers for thumbnails for my videos, and he tried to help me improve, which, again, I also respect. With this other content creator that I tried contacting about scalping and how Mattel isn't really doing a good job making sure their consumers are getting the products that they want, they didn't respond to me at all. They kind of left me on red. And if they are watching this video, you know exactly who you are. And I have no respect for you whatsoever. So, what will never change? Well, I know scalping is never going to change. Scalping is always going to be prevalent in any hobby that has value or a quick resale value. So, I'm not expecting scalping to stop with the videos that I make. I know that whenever I walk in a Target or Walmart, that what's going to be left on the pegs, it's going to be peg warmers. And I also understand that there's going to be people who work at Walmart or Target who help other people get premiums or chases and what have you. And my solution for that is just buying the cases. Just buying the cases themselves for products for cases that I like, rather than just buying every single case, because that does get pricey. I just buy a case of something that I like, and that's helped me in the past. And if I don't get a chase, that's fine. I can open one set and then keep another set closed. Perfectly fine. So that's something that I'm expecting not to change. QC issues. I also expect QC issues to not change, because at the scale of what Mattel is producing, since they're producing a lot of cars, the large volume of die-cast vehicles that are being produced for RLC is probably going to increase, because they want everybody to be able to have an RLC. And when you increase the number of die-cast cars made, it's going to be very hard. It's going to get harder for quality inspection to do their part, especially if they're low staff, which I have no idea if they are low staff. I don't know how Mattel, I don't know the inner workings of Mattel, or how they create a die-cast car, or what goes into making a die-cast car, but all I know is that if you increase the number if you increase the amount of something made, then it's going to be harder for that quality to stay the same. And that's, with QC being as bad as it was in 2024, I do hope that they improve, But one thing I don't want is just the price to increase and yet nothing gets better. That's something that I'm very annoyed, and I am going to complain about that. If something is going to cost me more money and it's not gonna benefit me at all, of course I'm gonna complain. These corporations are gonna keep screwing us over if we don't complain. That's why I am complaining, because I want these corporations to do right by us. I want them to give us good products, and especially with subscription services now, with HBO, Netflix, Disney, Hulu, how they keep increasing the subscription fee or price hikes, yet they don't add anything to the service. They're always going to win unless we say something about it. So this is the video that I wanted to make. I didn't want to sound aggressive. I wanted to address a criticism that I've been seeing more and more in my videos. And I feel like the more subscribers I get, the more that I grow as a channel, the more people are going to see that side of me where I'm critiquing and I'm going at it from an angle of really critiquing something, really being critical of something. And I just wanted to let you guys know what my goal or what my intentions are by making content like that. Let me know what you guys think. I always respond to my comments, at least the comments that are nice and are respectful. I like to engage with my community. I like talking to members of the community, and I like making content. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.